second Verdant Wind walk video for the walkthrough. This is the Garreg Mach battle. Now, as you can see, and I highly suggest you check the map, your units are going to be split into two fronts. I can't count right now. You'll have an army on this side, which is pretty much the main, what I would call the main defense area, and a short contingency of other units on the right hand side. And you've got quite a few enemies to fight through as well. You'll have General Randolph at the end, and a bunch of Imperial units. Nothing too extraordinary. Some of them are still at the beginner classes, like a mercenary, an archer. But then you'll have some more advanced classes, like a paladin, a dark bishop, fortress knight, and so on and so forth. You've got a warlock and others as well. Let's get this battle underway. Your victory conditions: rout the enemy. Your defeat conditions: all your units fall in battle or defended location is captured.
The Knights of Seros are a power. So, the enemy intends. Report. The enemy. If they reach the interior, the enemy.
So these pink squares are basically your defensive line that you have to hold. If any enemy lands on one of those tiles, and given the amount of Pegasus Knights, because there are actually quite a few, 2 here and 3 on the right. You've also got some cavalry. If any of them get to this, one of them has to land on this pink square or either of these squares, and you lose. So take out these units with
Leave it to me.
No prejudice.
No chance. Shall we? Too close for my liking. What's my strategy? Another victory.
Now, there won't be as many units, as you could probably tell, on the right side of the map. This is actually useful, but you still need to take them out because that pink square needs to be defended. Also, don't forget about the contingency of units on this side of the map, because this is still an area that units can pass through.
Shall we?
Speaking of which, I'm going to have Hilda cover that corner. Back to my Dorothea. Oop. She's within range. So I'll back her up with Leone, who is significantly more durable.
At the ready. You got yourself killed.
I'll distance Claude a little bit because it's not wise for him to keep going. One of the biggest disadvantages about the Golden Deer house, especially on Verdant Wind, is that, well,
steady now.
Everyone's pretty strong. Or everyone's really good at ranged combat, but not so much when it comes to up close and personal. Which is really handy when you have to block entranceways with units. So you'll have to play a bit cautiously. I'll play slowly advance. No getting around it.
What? Strange battle flag is. They didn't have enough soldiers with just the. It doesn't matter.
There will be a couple of units firing at you.
Win or die.
It's done.
It won't be in vain.
Now I know I have more powerful units, but they're not. You still don't want to rush ahead recklessly in this map because you have to take out all your enemies.
Allied soldiers are making preparation.
Same as before, well, not same as before. An allied soldier, who is going to be a sword master, will be running for this blue square. Your objective? Get him to that blue square. He can take a few hits on his own, but by and large, he will die if you don't protect him, so do protect him. In this case, Claude's got a plan for him, so stick to that plan.
Fighting wears you out.
Since that part is covered, Claude just snipe away.
For the future of Verdant.
Still not gonna have anyone overextend too far. That would just be terrible.
Another victory.
Reinforcements will come periodically in the form of Pegasus Knights, so don't be careless and don't let this drag out longer than it needs to. Now then, we're just gonna take out this guy.
All is going to plan.
And now I've got a team on the right, because all the units on this right-hand side of the map are pretty much taken out. So now I can have Raphael, Lorenz, and Byleth now dive into the... or regroup with the rest of the units on this side of the map, or just draw people over by entering their danger zone and making it easier on my team on the middle, on this part of the map. Going to have to take out that archer because, as you might tell, that onager is really wearing down my units, and it still deals a considerable amount of damage even though my units are overpowered.
We're all desperate, aren't we? I wasn't about to let you go.
Let's see, move my units up. Okay, is a bit hurt. Whoop! I'll just skip that part out because, well, I've been a bit more reckless than I'd prefer.
My orders? More fighting.
Onward. Let's make this quick.
And that should be alright. Now, because there isn't a safe move for me again, I'll just end this turn. Yeah. Always be careful, and don't forget that you can rewind time with Divine Pulse in case things get a bit screwy.
Shall we?
At the ready.
Just taking out that Pegasus Knight.
Steady now.
Now let's move up. Take out that mercenary now. Keep everyone alive. Hilda will take a bit of the assault,
I'll do my best.
but that will be necessary. Heal up Claude. He's taking a bit of a hit. And move Flame and Dorothea down.
What's my strategy?
Time Byleth. Now move.
Shall we?
Gage. Lorenz will now reinforce. Or shall I say Lorenz and Raphael now reinforce our friends on the left side of the map.
Don't get used to this. Can't afford to slack off.
Strength is...
He's nearly there. Now then. I'm gonna have Hilda and Leonie charge up, while Claude and Ignatz are gonna take out these
Fitting outcome.
Dark Bishops, because they're actually pretty strong. But I don't want Dark Bishops casting magic at my units, because they will inflict a lot of damage. Raphael will now go back to the middle, as will Lorenz. I can't pronounce his name. It's just stupid how I can't pronounce his name.
Sorry, but
Whatever.
it's you or me. How about a curtsy?
Maria continue to heal anyone who needs it. And have Violet
I
come
must
in for the
lead
end.
them well.
Down. Can't do anything with Meteor, so I'll just hang on to that.
There's no turning back now.
Violet, as always,
Next try.
Allow me to demonstrate.
we'll just continue to power through everybody.
Must lead them well.
For now,
There's no turning back now. Let's do this.
Of course, it's not nearly as easy for him to take out everybody, because, again, the closer you get to Randolph, the enemy commander at this mission, well, the harder he'll be.
We're prepared for the fire attack. You can't defeat us with that many soldiers?
Quiet! Attack!
Now!
A fire attack! All units retreat!
If we let them escape, they'll come back to attack later. We have to.
So once the Sword Master has gotten to that, shall we say, the blue square, which was the onager, he'll basically set the entire field on fire. This will put all the enemies into retreat, which means they'll all start escaping to these pink tiles. And the reason why that's important is the number of enemies to defeat will now start to decrease, and it's no longer that important. You still have to rat the enemy, so even though there's enemies will be retreating, you still got to take care of them. But now it's not nearly as intensive as it was before, because enemies will be focused on retreating, as Claude has just made it so that they can't or aren't interested in fighting back. That being said, don't take whoever's left lightly,
Fighting wears me out.
because they're still a force to contend with.
For Gerald.
I'm impressed.
I'll still take out Randolph, though.
For my house. This oath, Mother.
I'll...
Battle's still on even after you defeat him, because remember, it's about defeating the enemy units.
I'm giving this all I've got.
Only thorns left on this rose. Maybe...
Enemies will try and finish off whatever's left, but really, because some of them will be retreating, they just got here, so they can't. Those Pegasus Knights just got here, so they can't retreat.
I will not die yet.
Just kill them off. Shouldn't be too hard. Oops. Made that take longer than it should. Let's just finish this off
Not
fast.
dying here.
And that is the protecting Garreg Mach walkthrough in a nutshell for the Verdant Wind Path. Really, just take your time. Play defensively if necessary, because once the units on the right hand side of the map, I should say, have protected the Swordmaster from getting and helped him get to that light blue square to prepare the trap, the city will be on fire, units will start retreating, and it will be significantly easier to complete the mission. But otherwise, just plow your way through, watch the danger zones, and make sure that no unit gets killed too recklessly. If you like this walkthrough, please do subscribe. There will be more videos like this in the future. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.